Good morning. Welcome to Market Day Report. And welcome to a Wednesday. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your morning. Speaking about a part of a morning, this is the part where we look at what happened in the overnight session. So let's start with the corn market. Overnight, what happened? 2 pennies higher on the D's at $4.22 a bushel, just a tick off the high for the session. The March contract at $4.30 was 2 pennies higher. What about soybeans? Well, soybeans have really taken it on the chin this year, down over 23%. Though when you look at where we are week over week, we're just about even. January at $9.90 and a quarter in the overnight session, up 6 3/4 cents. Let's go to wheat. Chicago, July down 2 1/4. 572 3/4, and for the hard red, July 571 1/2, down 1.5 pennies, and in Minneapolis, December 3 1/4 higher, 580 3/4, and to the cotton market with the March 71.82 up 14. That December contract first delivery date is Monday, so very light trading on the December. Brian Hoops is president, Midwest Market Solutions. All right, Brian, a couple of things going on. We did get a flash sale to China in beans, but I'm kind of wondering, do we have some seasonal tendencies this time of year?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Tony. Good morning. Yeah, we want to talk about a couple different things. First of all, the flash sale that you mentioned was 132,000 soybeans sold to China. So over the weekend, we have been hearing rumors that China had bought a lot of cargoes of U.S. soybeans, and we didn't see any of those flash sale announcements Monday or Tuesday for soybeans. So a little bit of disappointment to the trade. Now it looks like there's a couple cargoes. Maybe we'll see additional sales being reported on Friday, but probably going to be deemed as somewhat routine for the soy complex because it's only 2 cargoes here, but it is to China, so that's kind of confirms those rumors. Now, the seasonality that you talked about, the market mirrors on Friday what it usually does the day before Thanksgiving. So if we can continue these gains in corn and soybeans and close higher today, it bodes well to trade similarly on Friday. Maybe another couple cent gains and higher closes on that session. So it's kind of important from a seasonal historical standpoint. What we do today translates into what happens on Friday. Also, should mention that first notice day for the December grains is this evening. So if you have long December positions in any of the grains, the closing bell today is when you really need to get out of those or risk delivery period. So they'll post deliveries after tonight, and we have an abbreviated session on Friday. There's no trade tonight or Thursday evening or Thursday during the day, and a cold opening on Friday morning. So when we talk Friday morning at 8:15, we'll be talking about opening calls for the grains and how we expect they'll to be open because there won't be any overnight trade. And then we close early for both grains and livestock at about 12:05 Central Time on Friday.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that trading session on Friday because on some days after a holiday like that, we'll see wide swings but very little volume. Let's take a break, come back, talk livestock futures. Market Day Report continues in a moment. Good morning. Welcome to Market Day Report. How about we check in on the livestock futures? Again, we don't trade these in the overnight session. This is really what happened at the close yesterday. And the live cattle market was mixed, down 40 on the December at 186.90, unchanged on February, and look, I'm lower on the April contract, though June and August in positive territory. For the feeders, feeders are up nearly 20% year to date. January contract up 262 on the session Tuesday, 258.10. March contract 256.47, up 215, and the August holding above 260 in the trade yesterday. What about the hogs? Hogs you can't slow them down at this point. December at 83.10, gained $1.12 in the session yesterday, and February at 88.27, up 2.35. Let's bring back in Brian Hoops, Midwest Market Solutions. Hogs, I'm still surprised we're moving higher here.
Yeah, we shot higher, especially in that February contract. I think a lot of that had to do with the cold storage report that came out the previous day. We saw pork supplies on the month-to-month basis down 7%, 3% on the year. So that was friendly. Hog weights out this morning, they're not quite as friendly as we continue to see weights being put on up to 288.5 pounds, 1.1 above last week. Compared to a year ago, it is down slightly, however. So we saw a lot of technical buying yesterday in that hog market. That may continue. Not a bad day in the cattle market, especially feeder cattle adding to some pretty strong gains yesterday. I suspect we're going to open stronger again in this cattle complex led by the December live cattle contract. Looking for a cash trade at higher money this week. I really fully expect to see at least steady, if not $1 better, maybe even $2, as the cutout values are very strong this week, and we're bidding up for a full kill schedule next week. So I've heard some 189 offers out in the Southern Plains. It's probably going to be very low volume as far as any trade today goes, and Friday's futures volume, we could see a pretty big swing, I think, because of the low volume, but we might see some hedge lifting on that session on Friday if we do get that, in fact, that $1 to $2 higher cash trade.
Brian, always good to have you on. We'll give you a break tomorrow. We'll see you on Friday morning, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. You too.
Again, Brian Hoops with Midwest Market Solutions. Couple of reports.